So she's just turned up, but she's going to be interviewed. Now, you're married to Joe, that's that man there. That's your daughter, and your son's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Emma, where were you born?
In a place called Wigan.
Right, so you're in the northwest.
Northwest.
Okay, now you went to a college near Ormskirk or Edge Hill.
Yeah.
And you did drama.
I did.
And you got a first.
I did.
Okay, so she got a first in drama, and you could have gone on to be an actress.
I could have been. I should have been.
Your mate said to you one day, will you go to Leeds rock concert with me?
Yeah.
Why?
Just for a good laugh. I had no Christian upbringing whatsoever. Full-blown atheist. There is absolutely no God. That was me. Just went along to a rock festival, as you do.
And your dad played rugby. What? What did he play?
Rugby league professionally, yeah.
So which team did he play for?
He played for a couple. He played for Wigan, Widnes, Leeds, Hull. A bit of time in Australia. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Emma. If you just joined us, she's simply going to tell a story. Now listen this. You went along because the boyfriend, I think it was, of the girl who invited you would be playing in these bands till 4 and 5 and 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't really see him.
No.
Now, you went walking around the Leeds rock concert as an atheist.
Yeah.
What did you see, especially the behaviour of these wonderful students in our country? Listen to this.
I just found it so empty. Like, here were all these people in like the prime of their life, just like absolutely off their head on like drugs, alcohol, and I just felt like I was walking in like a sea of zombies, and it just felt so empty. I was like, is this the big high to life? Like, what is the actual point of life? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you strip it all back, what actually are we living for? Do you know what I mean? A bit of sex, drugs, rock and roll, like what actually is, do you know what I mean?
And how many thousand were at this rock concert?
Oh, hundreds of thousands, yeah, it's massive.
In Leeds. Now,
In Leeds, yeah.
You wandered into a tent of some caring people.
did.
What were you doing in there?
So I saw they've got all these tents at these festivals and they had the Salvation Army. I thought they worked for the army, I didn't have a clue what Salvation Army was. But at first I was quite angry because they were helping all these drunk people. I was like, leave them to rot. Like, why are you helping them? But they just had a real peace about them. And I was like, we're all seeing the same thing, yet you've got peace, I feel troubled. And I was like, I want that peace. Like, I want to have peace. So I went up to the tent and I was just like, I want to have what you guys have. And I think they probably thought I was drunk. Because they just said, oh, buy a wristband, love. I was like, yeah, I'll buy a wristband. So that's what I did, bought a wristband.
All right, so you bought a wristband.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, now, Emma, you then went back to the university.
Yeah.
And somebody saw this wristband.
Yeah.
And what did they say to you?
They said, oh, you're a Christian. And I was like, ha, absolutely not. And they were like, well, you're wearing a Christian wristband. It said salvation on it. I was
Because
like,
it was Salvation Army?
yes.
I've got it.
I hadn't a clue what salvation meant, genuinely, and I was like, no, that's just, yeah. So I tried to play it cool, and then this Christian was like, well, do you know what salvation means? I was like, obviously, hadn't got a clue. So then I went home, did a bit of research, and I was like, oh, the Christians. But still, even at that point, I was like, it's just a hypocritical religion. Like, it's a bit of a crutch to get through life. So yeah, that was that.
Okay, now you went along to a little church.
A little church,
and there's a little Old Testament passage called Psalm 51.
Yeah.
And it was to rocket your life onto another level.
Yeah.
Tell us what you read. Tell us what happened.
So I thought Christians were just hypocrites. You can't live a good life. You can't live it out. But this Christian challenged me and said, well, you're a hypocrite because you've never properly considered Christianity. Because I'm not going to be a hypocrite, I'm going to read the Bible. So I started reading the Bible, and then as I was reading Psalm 51, verse 7, it says, wash me and then you'll be whiter than snow. And it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, okay, get it. Like, if we could get to heaven on our own, being good, Jesus died in vain. But actually, he's done it all. And it's not a religion, it's a living faith in a living God. It's not about keeping rules and regulations, it's giving your life to him. So that was my light bulb moment.
So you were an atheist.
Yeah.
You wandered into this tent at a rock concert in Leeds.
Yeah.
You bought a brand. Somebody said, "What, Emma, are you a Christian?" You said, "What?"
Yeah.
And then you read Psalm 51 verse 7,
Yeah.
and King David had committed adultery. And King David then prayed, "Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow." And King David was made whiter than snow,
Yeah.
and Emma was.
Absolutely.
Are you glad you're a Christian, Emma?
Absolutely, yeah.
Give me one benefit.
So this January I had a stillborn daughter, and it's tough, it's hard, you ask big questions, but I have hope in life and death. There's nothing else in this world that will give you hope in life and death. We don't grieve as the world grieves, we have a hope beyond the grave, because my God conquered the grave. So yeah, just consider it. It's easy when life's easy, but when someone says to you, "I'm so sorry, there's no heartbeat," and you're like, "Oh wow, I'm really faced with my own mortality," you ask big questions.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, if you ever find a child dies, King David had a child who died, and he said, he cannot come back to me, but I shall go to him. The Christian gives a child who dies hope. That's Emma's story. Do you believe her? I mean, she stood here. Why? If she's not what she's saying is true. Emma, I'll let you down there. People may want to talk to you in a second. Joe's coming on. But ladies and gentlemen, all we're saying is that we've got hope. And if you're sure of heaven and you've got hope, you should be up here telling us. Joe, come on.